Go here, fucking garbage all over the place. Shit everywhere. Fucking piece of shit. Come on. Come on. We don't need you anymore, laptop. You old washed up has-been. Okay. Oh, that can fuck right on. We'll get this so much moved. Ow. Damn. Damn. Motherfucker. Come on. Okay. Here we go. Almost. Set it up. There we go. Plug that in. This thing, we'll do one of them, and then we'll. Oh, that's the wrong one. There, now we'll see how I look. Here we go. Hello! As you can see, we're kind of at a different angle here because I just bought a very pricey PC. And I just bought a new monitor. I got a new keyboard. And I have the same mouse. I'll replace this. This mouse is almost as old as my laptop is. This little, I believe this mouse was $6 when I bought it. This little red Logitech mouse. Almost 11 years old, still going strong. I even think it has its original battery that it came with in it too. Yeah, it still has its like original fucking battery in it. It just says generic alkali battery on it, so got my money's worth out of that one, that's for sure. But yeah, I was just hooking up the PC. Do you guys want to see it? I don't know how good it'll show because now that I have the ring light on. But let's see if I can do this without upsetting the delicate order of stuff too badly. All right, so it's down here on the floor. It's a big, heavy bastard. It's about 50 pounds of fucking tempered glass and bullshit going on in there. You kind of see it. It wasn't cheap, so that's for sure. But I still got to finish like setting it all up and stuff. But I figured I'd see how this goes and how fast it works and how everything seems to be running on it here, setting wise first. Can you guys hear me by any chance? Is there audio? That would be nice to know. I had it custom built for me. I didn't build it myself. I'm not that technologically inept. I'm very new to the whole computers and technology thing. So I am just working real hard to try to get this fucking shit to work. I've been doing a lot of reading on PCs and stuff like that for like the last like couple months, trying to figure out. So I bought kind of mid-range stuff when this PC was built, and I'll kind of upgrade it and replace it as I need to while it goes on. But I have a ton more room here on my desk, which is just terrible because I'm awful with horizontal surfaces, so it'll just fill with garbage, unfortunately. But yeah, so I bought. This one has the graphics card in it is a it's like an NVIDIA 3070 Ti. It's got 2 terabytes of storage. It's got a big, huge water cool system in it. It's got a lot going on. I paid for the like upgraded cables. Eventually, I'm going to have to do something with my cable management because right now it's horrendous because I just hooked everything up to try to get it to work, and I'll have to go through and like kind of bind everything up and get it to look better and be a lot more managed. And I got my beautiful ring light. So this is the last step in upgrading the channel. So hopefully we can get back to, this will be a really, really good editing PC as well and stuff like that. So, and I got this cool clickety-clack keyboard that lights up and stuff and all the other good stuff. Yeah, so we're going to hopefully be great. But just in time for me tomorrow to go back to the hotel for my last week of work. For a lot of you guys didn't know, if you're not part of the Discord, I recently quit my job. Next week is starting tomorrow is my last week with this job before I move off to a new job where I will hopefully get some new stuff. Now I'm getting just a fuck ton of emails from setting this shit up, which I don't fucking need. So, but yeah, so I got a big. I didn't go for a huge monitor. I have a 27-inch monitor here. It's an LG monitor. It's like a 4K nice monitor. It's a little curved one. It seems to be everything seems to be going pretty good. I got to re-download OBS and everything before we can start doing the gaming streams. And then I got to set it to be hooked up for a controller because I'm a filthy console gamer. So I'm not used to the whole. And I got to try to do something about making this monitor a little more stable because every time I touch the table, it seems to vibrate really, really bad. But yeah, I'm a filthy console gamer, so I'm not going to be playing with mouse and keyboard. I don't think I can do that, at least right away. So I'm going to have to go. That's okay. The last stream was just about the Queen. It was on the same day that she happened to pass away. It's okay. No big rush or anything there. So, so it's all right. But I just wanted to, see how everything's going, how it's all sounding, how it's all looking. If it's indeed a lot smoother, does the stream seem to be moving a lot smoother? Everything that I can tell seems to be running a lot better than with my old PC. Everything seems to be running a lot smoother, a lot better. Things seem to be running good. So if you guys notice that it seems to be smoother or looks better and stuff like that, we're going to hopefully this is an improvement over the 11-year-old laptop. Here's hoping anyways. Good, smooth. Unlike my upper lip, which I've been storing my excess stress in. What kind of games am I into? Well, I did get to level 15 the other day. Well, actually, level 18 now as of last night on the marksman class in Asanzo. I got to level 9 in the assault class, and I think I'm a level 6 rifleman now in Asanzo. So, yeah, that's been the big one for me lately. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some gaming streams and stuff. And, I'm going to have to make a second tier on the Patreon for people to be able to, like, get in to play games with me, like to get access to, like, there's going to be a Minecraft server. It'll probably be like the $5 a month thing. You can get into the Minecraft server, and then there'll probably be an amount to actually be playing like in a squad with me. There'll probably be like a pretty high amount to do that. So that way, if I'm ever playing and you guys want to come play in my like squad or whatever with me, there will be an amount to pay for that, for the privilege of doing that as well. So. Yeah. And as you can still tell, you can probably tell from my face, like how sunken my cheeks are and everything. I'm still putting on weight from being very, very ill to the point where I can now share this with you. I damn near died. That close. A lot of stuff happened. It was about 9 months of buildup of stress and tons of other crap to deal with all that shit. So, but it's all okay. We're on the upwards tick now. So, hello, welcome, Lockbars. We're on the new PC, the new monitor, same 4K webcam, new fancy keyboard, all the other good stuff. I don't like the fucking fact that it's all like rainbowy. I gotta figure out how to make it not do that, because I don't like that. So there will be games. Don't worry, we'll be playing games. Games will be played. Yeah, stress will kill you faster than any amount of drugs or any amount of bad shit will do for you. So, trust me, we'll play Verdun. I'm actually like a 5th prestige on Verdun, which is like, I think I'm like level 560 in Verdun. It's a lot because you get to level 100 and you can prestige, and I've done that like a lot. So it is. It's 50 fucking pounds. That's how much this PC weighs, lock bars. 50 pounds. I feel bad for the UPS guy that had to carry it up the stairs. So, but yeah, 50 fucking pounds of tempered glass and steel is what this PC is made out of. I wanted to get a really, really nice, heavy case for it, so that way I can use it for forever and I don't have to worry about banging into it or anything. So, but it's a big, it's red, of course, because I like red. So, but yeah, it's going well. Yeah, it's a big fucking heavy. I showed it at the beginning of the stream. If you scroll back real quick and move forward, I did kind of show it. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark under the table, obviously, but it's a big fucking. And this isn't even like a full tower size. This is like a mid tower size. So thing. It's a big fucking heavy bitch. So yes, I am going to watch the Queen's funeral. How could I not? I actually really, really wanted to go. I had set money aside for the last couple of years to go when she died, but it kind of happened abruptly. But I'm home now. This is my half day off. So bam. I hate when that happens. That's about how all of my tires have popped too. Like I drive through a fucking road and some idiot left a thing of nails on their fucking truck, like a box of nails or something, and it falls off their fucking truck and scatters all over the road. So I wish I lived closer, but it would be a pretty long flight for me. I'm not gonna go that far. I don't like Charles, but fuck, do I? I'm not gonna do that. So helmet. Do I have a helmet close by? I got my beautiful M1 over there and my Canadian Trapper Nelson pack from the Korean War, and Kevin over here has all of his shit on. I don't think I have any helmets that are closer than that because I had to move my custom CG634 that I kept behind my laptop. I had to move that to make room for this big fucking new monitor I got. So, but oh no, I got this one in reach, which is my Cry airframe project. It's come along real good in my favorite camouflage. So, what are the Canadians using the Cold War? Well, they used that right there up until the 70s. They used the Brody up until the 70s, and then the mid 70s they bought M1 helmets, like Vietnam era M1 helmets from the United States, and they would use those until about 2000. And in 2000, there would be enough CG634s to fully overtake the military. They never actually got turtle helmets. So they would be loaned turtle helmets for World War II and the Korean War from Britain, but would give them all back after the conflict was over. So Canada used that right there, the fucking Mark II Brody, until the 70s. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of here's the thing about Canada. Canada's a big country, but there's no fucking people, so they're poor. They don't spend a lot on the military, but their fighting force is one of the best per capita in the world. And they hardly ever use it because Canada's liked. So, well, same here, Como. Same here. So, but yeah, so I got this beautiful Cry airframe all Alberta. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm from the Northwest Territories. I'm from real Canada. So, Alberta's like the Alabama of Europe. Alabama of Canada, sorry. Germany's the Alabama of Europe. So. But yeah, I'm from real Canada, the Northwest Territories. So. Yes, I did see that. That guy's also in a fuck ton of trouble, in case you didn't know. That guy's probably going to do prison time. That is a massive fucking no-no. So, that is a huge, massive fucking no-no. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah. That is a big, big fucking no-no. Bruv. Don't bruv me. Use your words. Use your actual words. I could finally take my shoes off. What? What do you mean what? I have the Werndl. I have the Werndl rifle. I have the Mannlicher Schonauer unlocked. I'm a level 17 marksman already on a Sanzo Todd. I'm also like a level 9 assault and a level 6 rifleman. I kind of experimented with the other classes, but not much. But yeah, I've been playing a Sanzo quite a lot with Kong. Ah, I'm gonna take my new boots off. I'm wearing them for 2 days. They're all right. So far, the best thing about these Solomons is the insoles. The insoles are really fucking nice. The rest of the boots kind of eh. So I do like how they triple stitched everything though. I do like that a lot. Triple stitching is very important on shoes because it holds up a lot better. The Mannlicher, it's actually pronounced Mannlicher, the Mannlicher, but yeah. But the M95 is featured. The 8890 is featured. The 8890 was one of my favorite rifles in Tandberg. Same thing with the Werndl. So I've already got quite a few kills with the Werndl, even though it's like a troll gun. I like the Austrians a lot better than the Italians, which is, you know, I also like something has really irked me about Isanza. There is a fucking hamster's chance in a blender. All right, which so far I haven't seen a hamster that survives a blender. There's a hamster's chance in a fucking blender that the Carcano is faster to cycle than the M95. Not buying it for a second. But for some reason in Isanzo, the fucking Carcano has a faster fire rate than the M95. Not buying it at all. I'm not. There's no fucking way that's going to happen. Yeah, there's a fucking hamster's chance in a blender that the M95 is fucking slower than the Carcano. Just saying. There's a hamster's chance in a blender. So it's like when people say like, oh, you know, there's a snowball's chance in hell. No. This is a lot cooler to look at than watching snow melt. Fucking a hamster in a blender. Come on now. Not always. Some straight pulls are not faster than a turnbolt because the Enfield is known for being really, really fast because it deposits. It's a turnbolt, but it has a very short throw. It only has like a 4-inch throw, which is the length the bolt has to come back before you could push it forward to chamber a new round. And it only has like 45 degrees of rotation to go from locked to unlocked. So that's actually true, Alexi. The 8890 goes faster than the M95 because it's a wedge locker. So it's a lot easier to work the action than the M95 because you don't have to overcome that camming force with the with the 8890 because it's a wedge locker. So, but yeah, a lot of turnbolts like the Enfield will deposit your finger really close to the trigger, so you can. That's the fastest thing as far as making your follow-up shots quick. But the Carcano is a straight bolt. The standard rifle in Isanzo is a straight bolt handle. It is an unbent bolt handle. So it does not deposit your finger anywhere near the trigger. Same thing with the M95. But the Carcano is known for having a really, really gritty, kind of sluggish action because the ejector is a little pin that is constantly being forced up against the bolt, and it is just dragging along the bolt the whole time you're running it, and that kind of slows it down. Whereas the M95 is kind of known for having a bit of a sticky bolt if the bolt isn't matched to the rifle, which they didn't really number them unless you have a Bulgarian contract one. And I'm not talking about the shitty ones where Bulgaria electro penciled them. I'm talking about the actual like roller stamped early contract Bulgarian ones are serialized to the rifle. The Austrians and Hungarians did not do that. Their bolts are just not marked, and they would be hand fit at the factory. And so they all technically work with each other. They're exchangeable, but they're not meant for each rifle. So you can have a pretty sticky bolt on an M95. But I would say that the average M95 would be faster than the average 1891 Carcano, Just saying. So, and I'm just talking about the long rifles here. I'm not talking about like the little Mosquito, cavalry carbines or the TSs or anything that have a bent bolt handle, because that would deposit you a lot closer to the trigger than a straight bolt handle. So, woo. Yeah, the Ross is a good straight pull because it has a weird fucking bend in its bolt, so it brings you pretty close to the trigger. So, well, Joe, we're talking about World War One, which is the standard. That's the standard as a bolt gun. So at the time, but yeah, the 8890 would be faster than the M95. Having actually worked in 8890 action, it's a wedge locker, so you just don't have as much of that rotational force to overcome. It's much easier to just flick back and forth because it's just a little wedge locker, which is kind of nice. So I like Austrian guns like a lot. I have quite a few of them. So get rid of a Frenchman? I don't know how to do any. I mean, have you tried beans on toast? I mean, the Hewitt automatic? Yeah, it was better than the Lewis gun, but it just came too late. There you go. The Rothsteyr is like the best gun in the officer class. It actually is, like stat wise, the Rothsteyr. So that's what I would go for in the officer class. I actually like the officer class better on Tannenberg than in, because I don't like the whole flare system in this game. I mean, it's not bad, but it's like not good either, Like it's just something that's not a preference for me. So, oh no, you better plug it in, Coma. Yeah. I'm also upset that the 1870 Gasser isn't in Isanzo. I would, if they put the fucking Werndl in there, how come you can't get the fucking Werndl revolver? The fucking 1870 Gasser. That should be in there. That would be a fucking fantastic gun to have in Isanzo. There's this big, huge, fucking massive revolver that's like, if you got it above your head, if you had enough arm strength to get it above your head like this, and you had to like cleave it down onto somebody, it would probably break their spine. It's like a solid fucking frame, massive 45 caliber revolver that literally shoots like Werndl carbine rounds. It's that fucking big of a revolver. I used to. I don't really do anymore. But when I went to reenactments, I was never like participating in the reenactments. I was the guy that was like at the information booth, like teaching people with like the displays and stuff about things, answering questions. That was kind of my job. So, but yeah, as you can see, I made a lot of garbage with this whole PC that I'm now gonna have to break down boxes and take to the recycling and throw all the styrofoam away. Got a lot of styrofoam. Do I prefer living history or reenactments? It kind of depends. They both have their ups and downs. So thank you. If you could tell me what all of those flags are, there will be 15 brownie points in it for you. I like how quiet this PC is too. It's gigantic, but it's so quiet. Yep, that one's Canada. Yep. I also got to get an American flag here now. It's been long overdue. I got to get an American flag. Austria? Which one? Nope, no Prussia up there. This flag right here, you got to be a little bit more specific than that. You got to be a little bit more specific than just Austria. Because technically, it's Canada, and then all three of these are Austria. So, yep, this last one is the Austro-Hungarian Empire flag. So we got Canada, and we got the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So this is the Austro-Hungarian Empire. That's the World War I flag. You can't really see it because Kevin's in the way, but it's there. All right. Well, this one right here, the second flag, is the current Austrian flag. It just has the like emblem in the middle. Normally doesn't have that in the middle. But this is the Second Republic Austrian flag. That's their like current flag. And then this one behind it is the same thing. It has like the eagle on it, you know, the Habsburg double-headed eagle, but it is a half black and half yellow flag, and it is the flag of the Habsburg family. The who was the Franz Joseph was the Emperor of Austria-Hungary. That is his family's flag, right there. It would be black and yellow. That's the third one. So I'll show you. So if we get move the Canada one here. There you go. You can see the red, white, and red of the Austrian Second Republic. Then you can see the black and yellow there. That same kind of Austrian flag. And then the Austro-Hungarian flag here. You can see it's the half Hungarian, half Austrian. So this one with the Canadian flag was sent to me by my birthmas by Alvman, and then Alexei sent me these other three, which is cool because he knows how much I like Austria, like a lot. I'm a big fan, actually. So much so that I bought a Wurndl, which is like the .1 Glock. That's all right. He did it with a 32 ACP. Fun fact. Because I haven't been sent one. I haven't been sent a British flag. So far, all of these have been sent to me by people. If somebody sends me a flag, I'll hang it up. That was the whole point of this. It was all so you guys could send me flags, and I'll hang them all up. And I haven't done it. I also have I have another Canadian flag here. I don't have it hanging up, but it's the Canadian 150th anniversary flag that has the cool like prismatic crystal maple leaf on it. So Soviet flag. I'd fly a Soviet flag. I should be switching these out. If I ever get a bunch of new ones, I'll switch them all out because that's all the room I have. After the Canadian flag there, you can't really see it. Is like my fridge is like right there for my kitchen. So that is all the space that I have for flags currently. But I will be changing them out and stuff based on like the videos I'd be doing and things like that. It would be pretty cool to do that. So yeah, when I did my online job interview, I had all of these hanging up, and they were asking me questions about them during my online job interview, and I was like, aren't you guys supposed to be like interviewing me, not asking me what Kevin's wearing and what all these flags are? They're not like terrorism flags, is basically what I was like telling them. They're like, no, these are all antiquated, no longer in use flags, except for the second one there. So, but yeah, it all worked out. It worked out good. Yeah, so I got to get an American flag. And I think up here, I'm going to get a big patch panel. And if you guys want to send me patches to stick on the wall, to be behind me in videos and in streams and stuff, that'd be cool. I'd stick them all up there. That'd be neat. That'd be a neato. That'd be a real neato thing to do. So Kevin is wearing a full set of Canadian pattern 37 web equipment. He's got a Mark II Brody helmet on, a Canadian made early, as you can tell by it has the smooth shiny paint Mark II Brody helmet, and he's wearing the Canadian pattern 39 battle dress, which is different from the British ones because it's green. So it's green rather than brown. Yeah, that's a very good reproduction set of Canadian pattern 39 battle dress, and it's all in my size. That's all my stuff that I would wear out for like a reenactment. So no. Well, Canada is part of the Commonwealth, and they did kind of answer the call. All of their equipment is based off the British stuff, but every single thing on there is Canadian. So The battle dress was very expensive. It came all the way from Australia, actually. So it's actually a very, very. I have a whole video on it that tells you where you can get it. Actually, Como, if you want to watch that. So there's a whole video on it. And the guy out there is really good. He took my measurements. He got me in the size. I wear large pants and a medium blouse. And they all hook up together really well. The wool quality is really, really nice on it, actually. Um, a lot of people buy like cheap wool, and well, that's pretty easy because it's the same color as the British stuff. So you could just get the blue battle dress because nobody really wants it either. They had their own web equipment that was like gray as well. Um, but yeah, it's just the same as the British stuff. So you could just get whatever. It'll work out. So I got a wedge cap. You've seen me. You see me wear it in the Queen video. My last live stream, I was wearing my wedge cap with the scarlet flap on it. I didn't have my cap badge on it, but with the scarlet flap, the good old Canadian fur wedge cap, the bearskin wedge cap. Gotta have it. It's important. Yeah, I got my cool little actual 1952 dated Korean War Canadian cap up there and all this other good shit. It's a lot of nice stuff. So yeah, the wool ones, they were blue initially, just like the British ones. The Air Force wore like a blue gray battle dress, and later on they would switch to just be the same as the Army for reasons. But yeah, you could just get a British pair. They're out there in a lot of sizes because nobody wants the Air Force stuff. So you could actually get an original set for probably fairly cheap, Como, if you want. So not really. Neither did the British Royal Air Force. They didn't really fight on the ground, so they would have like advisors and stuff like that sometimes because yeah, but like they would have pattern 37 webbing for security purposes, obviously to protect airfields, to watch prisoners, things like that. They would have their own equipment, obviously, because you can't just not guard an airfield. So they would have their own like security battalions that would be guarding the airfields and stuff like that. And that's why they had to have their own pattern 37 equipment. So yeah, for security. It's pretty cool pretty easy to find too. Nobody wants the blue gray Royal Air Force stuff. This same guy actually makes a lot of really, really good World War One stuff too. The guy that made this battle dress. So you could also get a lot of really, really good World War One gear off of What Price Glory. You can get the best 1908 pattern web gear off of What Price Glory reproductions. So there you go. Yeah, you can do it. So you can get the best. I have it in this closet. I'm not going to open it, but all of my World War One. I have 3 sets of Canadian World War One web gear in this closet. I have the 1899 Oliver pattern stuff, the 1908 pattern stuff, and the 1916 Oliver pattern web equipment in this closet, all put together. So I have videos on all of them, I believe, on all the web gear. So all the Canadian World War One web gear, because World War One is my favorite historical era. So it's a big thing. I've got off screen. I have a World War One Austro-Hungarian officer saber, a 1916 dated SMLE, a Canadian property marked SMLE as well from World War One, a number 4 Mark 1 Star Long Branch Canadian made Lee Enfield, right off screen there. So Austrian equipment. I have a whole uniform. It's in this closet. I have a whole 1908 Pike Gray uniform, but their whole thing was basically just a belt. Their equipment was basically just a belt and mag pouches. That was the standard like equipment. And you would have 2 canteens hanging off your belt, and you would have 2 ammo pouches. And each ammo pouch would hold. That's right. I got to do that too, Alexi. So I've been waiting for a lot of the new PC to get here, which it's here. So yes, the Caso 3 video will be coming. I'll have to down dress. That'll probably be the first video where I down dress Kevin here to put the Caso 3 on Kevin. So, but yeah, a lot of the Central Powers gear was basically just a belt with ammo pouches, and you would have like a canteen and your bayonet and trunching tool just hanging off your belt. That would be about it. That was the standard. But the Austrians would only carry 40 rounds. Your mag pouches, you had two cell mag pouches, and each one only held, 10 rounds. So you would only have 40 rounds total as like your standard loadout, which is kind of low even for World War One, where the British are walking in with 150 fucking rounds. The Austrians are going in with 40. Even the Germans, they had 3 cell mag pouches that would hold 3 clips each. So you have 45 rounds per pouch. So you would have 90 rounds total. The Austrians are like 40 is enough. It's fine. But they would purposely, when they would dig their emplacements and their trenches, they would have boxes with clips in them, and they would set them up every couple of meters through the trench, and you were supposed to just take a bunch of clips and set them over by where you were going to be shooting in the trench and use those first. Your magazine pouches were meant to be like reserve. Those are your rounds for reserve. You don't use those first. You shouldn't open your mag pouches unless you're desperate. You should have a little stack of clips in front of you to reload your rifle a lot faster. I don't have any Ottoman gear. It's not really common. It's kind of hard to come by. I do really want like a Cadillac though. I would love to do Ottoman World War One as well. I think that'd be funny. It's the same reason I do Austrian. It's because nobody fucking does Austrian. So like the couple of times where I've gone to like reenactments, it's like Austrian. I bring my M95 and I got my Pike Gray uniform. I have a Russian World War One uniform in there, and I have the rucksack and I have the helmet and everything like that. So, I actually have an original like Russian Solberg helmet from World War One, which is based off the Adrian, and I have their uniform in there as well next to my Austrian one. I might probably can see just the edge of it right there. My Canadian 1951 pattern web equipment, but I got it. Let's see here. What can I get at easy? Okay, move all my Canadian web gear forward. But here's my Russian World War One reenactment uniform. It's actually really good, pretty nice quality. It's just a regular infantry uniform. The pants are underneath here, hanging on the hanger. And then this is really nice right here. This is my early World War One Austrian reenactment uniform. So the good old Pike Gray. Can't go wrong with the old Pike Gray. The good old Hechtglau. So it would be pretty similar to stuff. So I have a thing for doing the countries that nobody really seems to give a shit about. So it happens. There's the collector and reenactor environment can be really toxic, which is why I don't do it. It is a little bit different. The colors would change a little bit, Como, but other than that, it's actually a very, very similar design. But yeah. And then I got, just because I like the Austrian so much, I actually have an original World War One. This is the Mountain Saber. It's the shorter one. It's got like a 27-inch blade. But I have an original. This is an original World War One Austro-Hungarian Mountain Saber. The 1916 webbing, the Canadian 1916 webbing. Is that what you're referring to? So. Let's see here. The 1916 Pattern Oliver equipment. This is the 1916 pattern Oliver Webb equipment. This is what Canada would use towards the end of World War I. So it has your bayonet frog there, big leather ammo pouches, kind of cross straps. It's kind of like bondage gear. It's got a lot of straps, a lot of leather. So they borrowed heavily from the kind of 1908 pattern gear, kind of for the large. The large pack's pretty similar to the 1908 pattern, which is kind of nice. I kind of like that actually. It's the same size, same kind of make and everything like that. Bread bag's pretty much the same, but it's just leather because Canada can't grow cotton. They don't have access to cotton, but they had access to a lot of cows, so that's why they use leather equipment. So it's used what you had. So, but it's based pretty heavily off of the 1908 pattern Webb equipment, which I have right here. So, good old 1908 pattern Webb equipment. And I even have the really, really early that Canada only used for like a year, 1899 pattern Webb equipment. This is that. The Canadian early World War I, 1899 pattern Webb equipment. So with this one little ammo pouch here in the front. So what price Glory makes the best 1908 Webb gear? If you want fucking Webb gear, that's the best World War I Webb gear you can get is the What Price Glory 1908 pattern Webb gear because they actually make it historically accurate. So greetings, salutations. So we'll go for a little while longer, but then obviously I gotta start downloading everything back onto this PC again. So the repeat uniforms, they're always improving them. So if it's a popular uniform that sells out a lot, they're always improving the iterations. But the uniforms that don't sell a lot usually are because they have problems. So, all right, take it easy, Como. But yeah, if you're looking for a nice reproduction uniform, Thomas, like if the American ones are usually pretty good, the British ones are pretty good. But if you're, their French ones are amazing. Actually, their French ones, they just got a huge revamp. They're actually really good. Their French uniforms are very new, very heavily researched, and they're very, very good. So if you're looking together to put together a French uniform, that's probably the way to go. Because they're probably there you go. Indochina, get yourself a Berthier and fucking get after it, Thomas. You're gonna be great. Get a 1927 Adrian. All right, take it easy. Hopefully it all works out for you, fanboy. But remember, violence isn't the answer. Violence isn't the answer. Until it is. There you go. So you're going to get some of the fucking cool goddamn lizard camo and all that other good stuff. Bam, you got a Mass 36 for fucking $350. Is it an actual Mass 36 though, or is it one of the 1950s ones? Because one of them is correct and one of them is not correct, just so you know. .48 production. Okay, good. Yeah, because you don't want one of the ones that has been like all revamped and shit like that, because they didn't really make it to the colonies. The World War II era actual just straight 36 ones are great. But yeah, the Mass 36 is a fucking great rifle. Thing's hideous as all fucking sin, but it's a great fucking rifle. Well, that's easy. You can just get a Mass 36 bayonet probably by itself somewhere. Somebody probably has one, and it'll just clip right in and be good to go. So bam! You guys and all your cool fucking Mass 36s. All I got smellies. I got smellies and fucking M95s coming out of my fucking ears. But I like both of those guns. And to be fair, the M95 is a much better rifle. Not gonna lie. I would take an M95 over an SMLE. So If I had to choose between the two, taking an M95 or an SMLE, I'm taking the M95. It's got that wallop, baby. It's got that wallop, and the clips aren't as finicky. The best thing about the M95 is fucking you can run that sumbitch in the dark. If you're blind, deaf, and dumb, you could run an M95. Jesus. You're from New York. Aren't you supposed to like the fucking Statue of Liberty? Come on now. I mean, to be fair, she's made out of like $10,000 worth of copper. I'm surprised they haven't stripped her yet. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, I have to start fucking downloading everything on this computer, which is why I'm going to cut the stream a little short. I'm going to cut it at an hour because I got to start downloading OBS and downloading all my video editing stuff to make sure it all fucking gets done. Because the internet's been pretty fucking slow around here because fucking Spectrum blows fucking more than Hurricane Katrina, and we all know how that fucking turned out. So we all know how that turned out. What's wrong with the French? You know, if it wasn't for the French, America wouldn't exist, right? That's right. You better make sure it's good, Thomas. You better make sure it's good. My cell signal kind of sucks too, but I have AT&T, so. Like, I'm gonna go play Asanzo on the Xbox, like a real man, as a console gamer. It's gonna be great. I gotta play very well, do quite well. But I'm glad this fucking PC turned out to work. It turned out really good. I'm kind of happy with my investment. You say that, but I don't think so. I don't think you guys realize what the French have actually done for America. Like, actually done for America over the years. Like everyone's like, oh, World War One and World War Two. World War One doesn't count, and World War Two would have been fine if America never even got involved because Russia. So, but that's all Americans are like. Oh, the French surrendered and blah blah blah. This and that. Mm. The French is probably one of the best fighting forces in the world. They really are, and they have been for a very fucking long time. They were like historically the largest standing army for centuries. So, but yeah. Did you know that most of the rifles in the American Revolution were actually French rifles? Most of the muskets, anyways. Yeah. How can you tell, Alexi? I'm asking you, just like you said. Not to mention, you know, the Louisiana Purchase that France gave us one hell of a deal on. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But to be fair, Germany was kind of being a dick at that point. They were being real dickish. So, being very dickish. Also gotta try to figure out how to fucking turn this keyboard off so it doesn't light up anymore. I'll figure it out. There'll be a way. Because I don't like the fact that it fucking lights up. But like finding a keyboard that's like good quality that doesn't fucking light up is hard, I guess. So just how it be. I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. All right, 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, you guys, and then I'm gonna go try to eat some food and play some video games. Before we do that, since I don't have to like work tomorrow, I'm just talking about vodka in the Discord. So I mean, and I mean, as somebody who's part Russian, I mean. That's really good, actually. Them things are so annoying. Hooray! That's delicious. I didn't even get it all in my mustache. Annexed first. Come on now. Well, maybe if Austria put up more of a fight, Alexei, it probably would have been okay. Probably would have been okay. I'm just saying. That's recyclable. It'll be fine. Come on now. Don't be a dick. Bottle. Don't be dumb. It's also recyclable. It'll be fine. I got so much fucking garbage to take out tomorrow. I'm already pissed about it. Between all these fucking computer boxes to get everything new, the monitor and the keyboard and all this fucking bullshit put together. I haven't spilled on my keyboard yet. Is that like a rite of passage? How long do you guys think before I fucking spill something on my keyboard and get absolutely heinously fucking mad at myself? I bet it'll be probably pretty fucking soon. If I had to guess, I'd probably happen to be pretty fucking soon. Just saying. I know I signed in. I know. You don't need to tell me. Google's all freaking out at me because I got a new computer and it's like, "Ah! Somebody that might be you tried to sign in." Well, yeah. I tried to sign in. Me. That's who. I did. But it'll keep people from stealing all my nudes. It's recyclable. It'll be fine. There we go. At least I could fill all these boxes with recyclables before I could take them out to the garbage. But I think we're gonna pretty much call the stream right here. I got to get packing to go to the hotel. Can't see it under the box, but my CFP 90 rucksack is right there. Got to start packing all my shit up to go live out of the fucking hotels for my last week of this job, and eat some food, play some games, start downloading everything. So, thank you all, burp, for stopping by. Hopefully, I can see all of you here in the next video, which now that I'm glad everything works, should hopefully be soon. Thank you all. Bye-bye now. Au revoir.